Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are doing fine at home. I am your teacher Neha and today we are going to see this chapter, and today we are seeing the name of the lesson is Language of Chemistry. So children, in 8th standard we are going to deep inside the chemistry and get to know how the chemical formulas, chemistry got originated. Okay? Yes. So children, this is known as a periodic table. So children, in this periodic table there are totally 118 elements, and all these alphabets or the small letters which you are seeing, they are known as elements. So children, these are the symbols of a element. Okay? So children, let's see first what is a symbol. So children, a symbol means, first of all, you should know what is the name of the element. So name of the element is gold. So what is this? This is name. After name children, you will see that there will be some kind of symbol present, right? So here the symbol which is given is AU, and AU is the symbol for gold. What is AU? AU is the symbol. And this symbol you can also call it as a short form of an element representation. Same way children, this symbol will tell you what a particular element is. For example, if I take AU. So AU, you should know that AU is gold. Same way, if I want to see a different element, that is, if I see here B. So what is B? B denotes that it is boron. Same way, the other elements, that is Cu represent copper or cobalt, Cu, then Cu is the copper, then Ni is the nickel. Same way, we should know what is a symbol. Then children, after the symbol there comes the chemical formula. So how to find a chemical formula is, first of all we should know what is the element present. So children, element here it's given as HH. So there are two H's, right? So 2H you can write it as H2. So children, whenever you are writing H2, H denotes hydrogen and 2 denotes that it is a molecule of combination of two small elements. So H2 is a molecule. So this information you get from the chemical formula. Same way, you will also know that whether a substance which you are taking is having more than one element or not. So for example, you take it this. Here you can see there are 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So you can write it as H2O. So here it's representing that 2 hydrogens are there and 1 oxygen is there. So that is why you can call it as dihydrogen oxide, or else you can call it as water molecule. What you can call it as? Water molecule. Same way, after knowing the water molecule, there is a one more way. So here, see this example. What you can see over here? You can see that it's C6, H12 and O6. That represents that there are 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and same way again there are 6 O is 6 oxygen. Okay. So that means this is the formula of glucose, and same way a glucose is the combination of 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. Okay. Yes. After this, you should come to the concept of valency. So before going into the valency concept, children, see here what's happening. So generally sodium will give one of its electron to fluorine so that it becomes a fully filled electron or fully filled atom, so that we need some kind of valencies. So children, you can call valency as a positive valency or a negative valency. So children, positive valency comes when you are giving an electron. See, I am sodium. Now sodium is having outer shell as only one electron, and when it is removing it, it will become Na+. Same way, other elements, for example, take fluorine. Fluorine is having outer shell as 7 electrons. So, to fully fill it needs one more electron, right? So, when it takes something, it will come a negative charge, and that negative charge will be known as a anion. So, positive charge is cation and negative charge is anion. Same way, we are going to see how the valencies differ from this side to this side and how they are coming up and notifying it. So, children, there is the valency of different elements. Just example, you can take it as iron. So, students, now let us come to the concept of valencies, and here we should know first of all what are the types of valencies. So, there can be positive valency or negative valency due to the removal of electron or addition of electron. Other than that, there is one more type of valency which is known as variable positive valency. Variable means many, that means one element can have more than 3 or 4 types of valency. So, here if I take the example of iron, so iron is known as ferrum. Same way, it is having 2 valencies, one is the lower valency and another one is higher valency. So, children, the lower valency here is known as ferrous, and ferrous can be written as Fe2+. That means this atom have removed 2 electrons from that. Same way, ferric. So, ferric can be written as Fe3+, and here it shows that the 3 electrons have been removed. After that, there is one more element, and the one more element is known as copper. So, copper is also known as cuprum. So, the lower valency, that is a small valency, it is known as cuprous, and the formula is written as Cu+. Same way, cupric is the higher valency, and there it is removing 2 electrons and it will become Cu2+. Okay? Yes. Same way, children, after that comes the silver. So, children, silver is having one more name, and the name is known as argentum. So, argentum can have 2 kinds of valency. One, it can be a positive of 1 electron, and another one, it can have 2 electron removal. So, here if you are seeing that, first one is argentus. So, argentus is removal of 1 electron. Okay? Same way, argentic is removal of 2 electrons, and it will become Ag2+. Okay? Yes, and the last one is known as mercury. So, children, mercury, generally the symbol is Hg. So, if you are taking the lower valency name is mercurous, and it is having the valency as only 1+, that is 1 electron is been removed from mercury. Same way, if there are 2 removal electron, and the name will be known as mercuric, and the symbol will be Hg2+. So, these are the few examples for multiple valency or variable valency. Okay? Same way, children, there is the example of radicals. So, children, radical means when a small elements combine together to form one molecule, but even that one molecule will show some kind of charge which is known as radical. So, here first example we can take it as sulphite. So, sulphite is written as SO3, and the charge for that is 2-, that is it has extra 2 electrons. Okay? Same way, carbonate is always written as CO3 and 2- because it has additionally 2 electrons. And same way, here if you are seeing ammonium, ammonium is written as NH4+, which means it is having 1 electron deficiency. So, these are the radicals. Same way, this is a valency chart. So, here in this valency chart you can see there is valency 1, valency 2. Valency 1 denotes that 1 electron has been removed. Valency 2 shows that the number of electron which has removed is 2 number. So, here ammonium, cesium, copper, hydronium, these all are elements which are having plus charge, that is 1+ charge. Same way, the 2 valency which is magnesium, manganese, mercury, strontium, nickel, tin, they are having 2 plus. Then aluminium, chromium, cobalt, iron, they can have plus 3, and then 4 valency can be for manganese, lead and tin and platinum. Okay? Yes. Then this is the symbol or a representative chart of showing the positive valency, then the negative and the positive valency, and finally the radicals, which is also known as polyatomic ions. Okay? Yes. So students, after finding out the valencies, you should know how to create a formula. So right now we know what are the valencies, right? Yes. So first we should see manganese chloride, or here it's magnesium chloride. So children, magnesium is written as charge of plus 1. So you can write first the symbols. So if you are writing the symbol here, you will write Mg, then chloride is written as Cl, and both the charges for magnesium is plus 1, for chlorine is minus 1. Now we should write and shift the valency. When we are writing and shifting the valency, we are not discussing about the charges. That is, here if we are just cross multiplying like this plus 1 will go to Cl, this minus 1 will go to Mg. So instead of writing plus 1 and minus 1, we can write it as 1 only. Okay. So students, after writing Mg1 and Cl1, you can simplify it. Instead of writing 1 1, you can just skip it. You should not write it, and the formula will come as MgCl. So this is magnesium chloride. Same way for second one, the name is calcium sulfate. So here how we are writing the formula is, just see here children, calcium is written as Ca and the charge of calcium is plus 2. Same way sulfate is written as SO4 because it is a radical and the charge of one sulfate ion is minus 2. Again, now when you are doing the interchanging, don't take the consideration of charges. Okay? How you can write it as Ca2 SO4 and this bracket with 2. So instead of writing like 2 2, you can divide it by 2. That is why you can just simplify it and the answer will come as CaSO4. So calcium sulfate, the formula will be CaSO4. And finally, let's see the potassium dichromate symbol. So how you can find the formula of potassium dichromate. Now let's find the formula of potassium dichromate. So potassium is written as K and the charge of one atom of potassium is plus 1. Same way, dichromate is a 2 form of chromium and oxygen, and dichromate is written as Cr2O7 and the charge of one molecule of this radical is minus 2. Now when you are doing the cross multiplication without the consideration of charges, you will write it as K2 Cr2O7 and Cr2O7 is one time taken, right? So you cannot further simplify this because this is one molecule and potassium is 2 molecules. So instead of simplifying it, you can as it is write it as, and you can write it as K2 Cr2O7. So this is the formula of potassium dichromate. Same way for different elements you can use it only if you know the valency. So children, go to the textbook, see in the textbook page number 34. In 34 there is given all the type of valency which I have shown you here, right? Yes. So once you know how to find the formulas, it will be very easy for you to understand the lesson. So children, in next session we are going to discuss about the different kinds of valency plus how to use them. Until then we meet with the next video. Till then, bye bye.